What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 here for another video review. This time it's Harley Quinn from the movie Suicide Squad, and you can purchase this figure at bigbadtoystore.com. Just click the link in the description. We'll start off with the box. You've seen my Joker review. I'm a big fan of the art box of the Suicide Squad. I guess you can play around since it's that's the theme of the movie. It's kind of playful and all over the place. The artwork reflects that fully, as you can see there. Suicide Squad looks like she's in a cake holder or something, and it's really vibrant. The art box, which kind of represents Harley Quinn's personality. So I mean, even down to Deadshot, which is a more serious character in the movie, but because of the theme, I do like the fact that, and mind you, when we pay $250 for a figure, we pay for the box, so please don't throw away your boxes. I'm sure there's a lot of effort that went into creating this box, and this one's a bit different. I mean, unless you don't have the space, obviously, but it would hurt your resale value if you don't have any boxes. And God knows, there's already 3 Harley Quinn figures that they announced. I just got off not really reviewing, but giving my thoughts on the stripper Harley Quinn, and it's unbelievable. I don't want to talk about it now, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. So this one is a bit different. It doesn't have the slip on, so you just kind of open it up, and the figure should be there, but I already took it out. And jumping now to the accessories, she got a bunch of hands, as you can see there. It is nicely detailed with rings and everything. And on her left hand, it's the gloved hand. If you've seen the movie, that's pretty much how she looked throughout the movie. And she got this nice bracelets, spiky bracelets, and this gloves. There's some details into it which I'll show you guys later, and you can see those bracelets. Says yes sir. Be careful though when I'm putting these bracelets. Let me explain to you. The purple ones, they're tight, so my suggestion is before you put them on, heat them up in a dryer, not a dryer but a hair dryer, and then get something round, like a tip of a pen or something like that, and make it bigger. Otherwise it's going to leave a stain on the arm of the figure. And also it's going to leave this purple hue, kind of, because it's too tight. And it's going to leave a dent on her arm, which is going to suck. And this one is her, I believe you call this a choker. It says pudding. This one, I don't know if this is going to leave a mark on her neck. But if it does, then so be it. You're probably not going to remove this anyway. Unlike, like the bracelets. Because once you put in the jacket, you won't have the... you can't put, I guess you could leave this on, but it's gonna be tight. It says yes sir right here. I don't know why they didn't make it a rubber, like rubber one, so it's kind of stretchy because it's too tight. Now it's a hard plastic and it transfers the color. It's too tight, leaves a dent. It's Hot Toys at its finest, as always. And this is her handgun, a revolver. It says love hate. Really nice handgun. You can see the Joker signal insignia right there. Kind of like the Joker gun. It is customized with nice paint work, ivory handle and all. It has a rail underneath, so really nice looking gun right here. She used a bunch of these in the movie, but I guess she used the bat for the most part. Yeah, really nice details in there. There's like numbers. I don't know what it represents. Maybe the people she killed. Who knows? But yeah, and she also comes with this rubble of some sort of cement. I think I watched this somewhere. It's probably D Knight that explains that it is a stand to her bat. So when she's leaning over and whatnot, that's kind of like to put her over so she's not hunching too much. Maybe, but she has the purse here. I just like little extras like that, because I have the Chitauris and you have this rubble and all that stuff, so it's pretty cool. It's a nice touch. Okay, even with Deadshot, he has this stop sign, which doesn't make any sense, but I do welcome it. It says here, this is the exclusive version. It says you're so funny, want to play. I mean, it does have the smiley face there. It's not a big deal if you don't get it, to be quite honest with you. It's just there. it doesn't make or break the figure for an, you know, sorry, if you're gonna pay extra to get the exclusive, I'm telling you right now, it's not worth it. You're probably just gonna leave it in the box or just laying out there. A bat and her gun is enough. But if you can get it for the same price, then why not? You know, I know it's on waitlist right now at Sideshow, but you know, who knows. And there's a lot of nice details in this bat. You know, I'm using a macro camera here, so but I'm not gonna spend time to read all of those. Maybe one of these days when I'm really bored taking care of my kids, maybe I would you know, get the time to read it. But for now, you know, it's nicely detailed. It's made out of plastic. It's not made out of wood. And let me just show you the details on this hands, because initially when I was reviewing it, it doesn't look like anything special about it. But I noticed like on her right hand, you know, obviously it's different colors, and her fingernails, different, you know, colors there. But on her left hand it says evil. There's nothing on the thumb though, but you know, just pointing it out there. Some subtle, I guess, you know, like pretty cool details in there. It says evil right there. So, gotta put my lens to use, right? You know, at least something would be picked up by this macro lens. And with her accessories as well, she also came with a jacket. This jacket is pretty cool, although I do like her more without a jacket, but it's pretty cool that it is included. It is wired, and this this writing says property of Joker. It is embroidered on the jacket itself, so it's not just printed out, kind of like the uniforms in Enter Bay figures. It's actually embroidered in there, so it says puddin' and freak. You know, I can't make out the other two, but you know, doesn't really matter. The jacket is nicely tailored. It's nice fit. It's not too tight, so she can, you know, the material is cotton, so she can clearly move around. Unlike the Joker jacket, the purple one, you know, where it's too tight. Well, this one looks like a varsity jacket and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool, you know. So you can get her in a different look. This is an expensive figure. It's $244 with no alternate head sculpt, so I wish, you know, it came with one. I'm really happy with the head sculpt that they got, but you're kind of limited to kind of poses that you have. Don't get me wrong, it's one of the best, if not the best head sculpt of Hot Toys right now. But like I said, the posing options or the story that you can tell with that head sculpt is a bit limited. So I would rather have a second portrait, maybe a more serious one. So I don't know if the next batch of Harley Quinn is gonna satisfy that need for me. If anything, maybe the jail version of Harley Quinn, because the stripper version, I don't know, she's still smiling. You know, that one's a little bit of badassery in my figures, you know, like she's beating up someone. You know, I saw this post on the internet where she's kind of like scoping somebody with her bat. That's the head sculpt that I wanted. You know, if you Google Harley Quinn, you'll see her, and that is the head sculpt that I wanted. And another accessory, she comes with this base, you know, the standard base for Suicide Squad. It has some rubble in it for some reason. I guess it's in the earlier scene when they're about to rescue that lady. Maybe that's what it represents. But you know, obviously it has a backdrop as well. I wish they would do this for every figure too, the backdrop on every figure. But this one's the Suicide Squad line is more expensive than usual. Especially, let's say the Joker is $250. Just to put it on perspective, that's $250. The Spider-Man, which is not even not the deluxe version, is $229, but it comes with 2 head sculpts. So I don't know why it's so expensive. And this is the backdrop, says rotten good night. It comes with every, I guess, Suicide Squad figure. Even I think even the stripper one has one. I think they share the same backdrop, which is, it's okay. I'm not gonna pick that one up, but it's nice. It just doesn't fit on a Detolf. So that's one thing to note about. But with these guys, I don't necessarily put them inside, so I just put them on the shelf so I can utilize those backdrop because they're pretty nice, you know. And as far as the boots, I think it's Team Night again when I watched it. He mentioned about the boots that it's not that detailed, where it's not, you can see the tattoos on her leg, and you can somewhat make something out of it, but can't really see it from here. Other people, I've seen reports where their stockings have rips on them, and it kind of adds to the overall look. But if it is, if you bought it from, let's say, Big Bad Toy Store or Sideshow, just call them. They'll do you good. It says lucky you for this tattoo on her belly. Nice vibrant color of her underwear there, and her belt is a little small, but it's overall, it's I can't really complain. This figure is top notch, to be quite honest with you. It says Dad's little monster. The fabric doesn't feel like a shirt, but those are little nitpicks that you can give. It says Daddy's little girl tattoo in there in her chest. You can see the holster, the gun holster that she does have. Also, I'm not a big fan of it. It feels and looks cheap, but it is what it is. The only gripe I have with this figure, honestly, is why is it so expensive, and then we're getting all these this shortcuts, I guess. So you can see there, you're gonna put the her speed loader 6-shooter. It's supposed to be backwards, but I kind of like that image more, because otherwise it'll be on the back. So the bullets, so I just put it on backwards there. You can see her necklace kind of fits snugly in there. Her shirt, which if you pull it down a little bit, you can kind of hide her joints on her elbows, and it's not double jointed, so you got limited postability there. And also on her arm, you can see some tattoos. This bracelet, I'm telling you guys, you got to be careful, because mine had a dent now, and it has a little bit of a purple hue. It might go away, I don't know, it probably will. And then you want to hide that little thing right there on the spiky bracelet, so it would be inside, so you don't have that gap. So the joints, or the ball joints, would be, I guess, hidden a little bit. So you can see her boots right here, and he, they're right. It's not nicely made. Hot Toys, come on, you're the pioneer here of paint applications. Why is it? It looks sloppy, especially if you go up close. From afar, looks decent, but especially you're mostly gonna notice this when you're taking pictures, and that's why we pay $250 for. We care about this little details and whatnot, and then we're giving subpar performance like this. So it's a bit annoying, but it says I'm watching. Kind of weird. Her tramp stamp, but see there are some two eyes. Yeah, they really nailed this figure too. They didn't use a Fison body, which a lot of people were hoping that they would, but maybe they'll charge us $400. It's not like $250 is not enough, but it is what it is. I didn't even notice there's silver bits on the back of her holster there. And you can see the holster, it looks kind of cheapish, It's like, I don't know what kind of fabric that is, but it's shiny with some nail art studs in there. So on the side, and also they mentioned that I read it somewhere that the fabric of the shirt looks more like a sweater instead of a cotton, which I do agree, but no one's really gonna feel it, so it's not a big deal. And then the Sir on the other hand, that's how the bracelet's supposed to be, the spiky one. And you can see her gloves right there with the evil on her fingertips and her fingernails. And moving down, I guess I am lucky because the fishnet stockings doesn't have any rips or holes in them, so I consider myself lucky in that regards. But the pigtails that I got keep on falling off. I don't know, the right hand side. Well, out of the box, it's gone. It's like it's not on the head. And right after, so I glued it on because there's like a black peg in there that allows the pigtails, I guess, to move around. That one was separated from the pigtail, so I kind of glued it on, but it just doesn't sit right for some reason. I don't know. I mean, it's a terrific head sculpt, don't get me wrong. I love this expression, and I'm glad that Hot Toys went this way. I'm glad they didn't go the Black Widow route where she's just staring blankly out of nowhere, because with this expression, it gives a lot of character, especially for Harley Quinn, because that's what she's mostly made of. It's a bubbly character, and this represents it so nicely. The only gripe I have is that for the price that we paid for, $244, and you've seen the accessories, it's not much, with Spider-Man, which is arguably the biggest Marvel superhero ever. He comes with a second portrait, for $244, which is, I'm sorry, it's $249, so it's basically $25 more. They could have included a separate head sculpt. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking for. I don't think that is. I don't think that's unreasonable, especially for the price. It's almost like a DX figure, because if you saw Jack Sparrow, it's a DX line, and it comes with a bunch of stuff, and it's only like $15 more than this girl. But regardless of what I'm saying now, it doesn't take away the fact that look at that head sculpt right there. I would say this is the best head sculpt by far, like so far right now, out of all the Hot Toys that I've seen. All of them. Deadshot was pretty cool too, but this one so far, look at that is a thing of beauty, and the expression says it all. It's so playful, you can put a lot of poses in it. You just can't get like angry fighting poses in it, because she's a crazy character, but it would just look weird if she's like fighting Batman or anything, looking sideways with her mouth opened. That's the only. I'd rather have her like a more serious face, or somewhat angry as well. But if I gotta choose, I always gotta choose this one. Out of the 3 Harley Quinn expressions that they released so far, this is the best likeness. We'll get a little bit closer here, because this is just a thing of beauty right here. So look at that. It's creepy from the texture of the paint. They nailed it. This camera picks up everything. I guess there's like 2 small dots on her teeth. I didn't even notice that. My naked eye can't even see that. I'm watching this right now, and I saw that. I was like, wait a second. I gotta look at my figure again. The texture on the tongue, it's awesome. The teeth, her chin, the face. I know she's like, I don't know if she gets like a super white makeup or anything, but this 2 bangs right here, I believe it's non-removable, so don't try to remove that. The pigtails are, so you can kind of articulate them. As you can see there, the one's kind of like falling off. I don't know. I contacted Sideshow. Let's see what they're gonna say. I'm just gonna put this girl in a few poses before I wrap this thing up, and she's a fun figure to have. She's a fun figure to pose. She could be a standalone figure, because Harley Quinn is such a character. She's an important character in the Batman universe that you can get away with. Just if you don't want the Joker, the purple coat Joker, the Leto Joker, if you're not a big fan of that, it's fine, because I think Margot Robbie nailed this character to the T. She deserves her own movie. And I'm sure this is not going to be the last Harley Quinn that we've seen, because there's already 2 coming over. So don't worry if you miss this one, but I would say don't miss this one, regardless of what you think about the movie. Whenever I buy a Hot Toys, there's 2 categories. One is the movie, and one's the figure. With a character, you get somebody like, for example, I don't know, I love the movie, let's say The Dark Knight, but you got somebody like Ra's al Ghul, which they haven't made him yet, but there's like a third party one, but I just don't want to buy it, because A, it's not Hot Toys, and B, I just don't think he's an interesting character, even though I do love the movie. Now with Suicide Squad, I don't necessarily love the movie, I don't hate it as well, but they made such good figures, like this girl, the purple coat Joker, even Deadshot are just top-notch figures that you feel like, oh, should I pass on them or should I buy them now? I decided to buy them now. Who knows if they're gonna sell out? They haven't sold out even the Joker, and I know why the Joker hasn't sold out yet. It's the purple coat Joker because of staining. People are scared to buy a $250 figure and it would stain. And this girl right here is still available on Big Bad Toy Store, on other retailers as well. It's because of, I would say, the movie is kind of hurting the sales, and because normally if you get something hot like Batman from Batman versus Superman, even Superman, the Man of Steel, sold out right away. And they're top-notch figures, don't get me wrong, but Harley Quinn is equally as good as those figures, albeit she's a little bit more expensive. But like I mentioned earlier, this is probably the best head sculpt that I've seen from Hot Toys ever. I mean, as of now, which is 2017 September. So I'm sure they always top themselves, and I'm sure they will as well. And but for now, I'll put this on an absolute top. I know I made the top 10 head sculpt I think a year or two ago, and obviously she's not going to be in there because I didn't even know that the movie exists or she was released. But if I have to make one now, for sure she'll be number one. She'll be number one. And don't let the movie I guess sway your judgment. I mean, if you're a Batman fan, you want Harley Quinn, of course. If you're a Batman collector, you probably already have a Joker, regardless of what you think about Jared Leto. I actually think he did a pretty good job. It's gonna be hard to top what Heath Ledger did, but I'm willing to give him a chance. I don't think he did a terrible job. I think he did a pretty decent job. But regardless of him, this is Harley Quinn. I've seen her pictures on the forum or on Facebook with a different Joker, like a Heath Ledger Joker, and it still looks good. And knowing Margot Robbie, she can pull it off. By herself, she can have a standalone movie and nail it out of the park, because she's basically the star of the movie. Her and Deadpool, but I think she stole the show. Deadpool was kind of like Deadshot was kind of like the leader, but she had the most memorable lines, scenes, and character from that movie. People call it disaster. I don't even think that's accurate. It's not. We're not gonna remember it 20 years from now. But hey, they made some good figures. That's one thing I can thank them for. And there you go, guys. So thank you for watching. So if you are planning to pick her up, she is still available. So if I were you, I'd pick her up. Regardless of what you think about the movie, she played a great role, Margot, and it's a great character, Harley Quinn, and a fantastic figure. And get it while it's still relatively MSRP. You can get it MSRP if you buy it from Big Bad, $4 shipping. You can put it on Pile of Loot. I don't know, so if you have another pre-order, so go get it. You're not gonna regret it. Best head sculpt of Hot Toys as of now, as of their releases. But yeah, top notch. Accessories are decent. Only complaint I have is maybe they should have thrown another head sculpt, but I'm perfectly happy with this. I would highly recommend this to anyone. Even if this is the only figure you buy from the movie Suicide Squad, you would not regret it. So thank you for watching. Please like my videos, subscribe, share, and visit me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram as well. So